Hello, my friends. Welcome to day 5 of this 14-day yoga challenge. This is all for the launch of my membership platform, which is now live, Tana Studio, where you'll find full-length practices. So if you're interested in deepening your practice with me, you can go ahead and find all of the details on my website. The link is down below in the description box. And then on to today's practice. Today I have a slower, stretchy, kind of soothing practice for your nervous system where we drop into our breath and really just connect to our bodies, to our breath from the inside out. I thought it was appropriate after yesterday's fiery flow to have something a little bit more gentle for you. Okay, so when you're ready to begin, you're welcome to find a seat. I'm gonna sit here on my shins in this kneeling position shape, but if this feels uncomfortable, I encourage you to take a block underneath your bum or just find a cross-legged seat. And then we'll start today's practice with bee's breath, which is this beautiful breath where we breathe in through the nose and then we keep the mouth closed. I'll just demonstrate first. So it's a nice relaxed breath in. We breathe into the lower breathing spaces. And then it's a so you create that humming sound with the mouth closed, almost the sound of like a swarm of bees. This creates a beautiful resonance in the throat and the whole chest space and stimulates the vagus nerve, which activates that relaxation response in the body, which is why you feel so relaxed when you hum or you sing or you breathe long and slow. So there is a science to it. So just get past the awkwardness and just give it a go. We're gonna go for 5 rounds. You can rest your hands on your thighs. Let's just sit up nice and tall, soften the shoulders. And then closing down the eyes, we'll breathe in nice and relaxed through the nose. And let's go for it. Again, nice slow breath in. Sip the air in through the nose. Keep the mouth closed as you hum. And again, inhale nice and full. Relax the shoulders. Beautiful. Final round. Inhale through the nostrils. Keep your eyes closed. And just breathe normally through the nose for a couple breaths. Noticing if you feel any shifts internally. And then slowly open the eyes. You can roll onto your hands and your knees, come into tabletop position. Let's spread into the fingers and start to find very slow circular movements here through the spine. So I invite you to move the spine into all 6 directions. So we're flexing, we're extending, we're finding lateral rotation, really rounding and curving into the upper back, mid back, and lower back. And then we really slow the movement down here, allowing it to be quite meticulous, finding any sticky points that need some extra love and care and awareness. You can change the directions of the movements here if you were moving in one direction. Letting the hips move from left to right, bending into the elbows as well. And then nice and slowly you can make your way into stillness. Push into the hands, reach your left toes back. Plug the ball of the foot into the ground and then reach your right toes to the right side. Find a supported side plank. You're on your right hand and your left hand is stretching up to the sky. Reach up through your top arm, plug into the back foot a lot. And take a breath. And then nice and slowly we rise onto the right knee. We bend into this left leg here, so it's kind of like a gate pose variation with the left knee bent. The right arm stretches all the way to the back of your space, so finding a beautiful side body opening, inner thigh stretch as well. Take a breath. And then on your out breath, land your right hand down to the floor, straighten the left leg, stretch through your top arm once again. We'll go for one more round just like that. Coming all the way up, land your left hand down and stretch your right fingers up to the sky. Keep leaning right shoulder up and back. And then exhale. Land your right hand down to the floor, left hand meets the floor. Tuck your right toes under, your right toes are facing forwards now. And then lift your left leg off the floor, bend into the left leg, arch the spine. Exhale, the knee squeezes into the chest. Inhale, we take the leg back again. And then exhale, we round, curl in. Once again, take the leg back. Exhale, round the body in. Land the foot in between your hands now, low lunge. Anjayasana, stretch the fingers long. And then you can grab onto the right wrist with the left hand and lean over to the left. Push into the front foot. And then feel that opening across your side as you continue to pull this right arm up and then over to the left. You can gently release your wrist. Land both hands down to the floor. Lift the back knee off the floor and bow over the left leg in a long pyramid pose. You can begin to lift your back heel off the floor a lot. Melting over the shin bone, feel into the hamstrings, maybe feeling a little bit tight. Inhale, we rock the body forwards into a lunge. Your right knee stays lifted. Breathe in. And then on the out breath, once again, we take the hips back in our pyramid pose. Pull up through the left kneecap. We go one more time like that. Rock forwards, peel the chest through. And then exhale, find your long pyramid pose. On the next in-breath, rock the body forwards to a lunge. Swivel to the side of your space in a wide-legged fold to the right side, toes in, heels out. You can reach for the back right ankle and then grab onto the ankle or the calf muscle or the thigh and gently just begin to pull your heart space a little bit closer to your leg. Finding some depth, some space here. And then nice and slowly release that. Travel back to the front of your space in a low lunge, meeting your left foot. Drop your right knee to the ground and start to glide your left leg all the way back behind you once again. Okay, you're going to keep your right toes tucked. Cross your left knee behind your right knee and sit your hips back in a cow face pose, Gomukhasana. All right, so if this feels totally inaccessible and you're like, Tana, that's not happening right now. I'm really tight. You killed me yesterday. Then you can straighten your left leg out in front of you. Okay, let's keep the right knee bent and then lean forwards. And we use the breath to just ease us into the stretch, relax the upper body, and take another round of breath. And nice and slowly begin to roll your spine back up. Uncross both legs, meet in a squatted position, passive squat malasana, hands to heart space. If it's available, you can press the elbows to the inner thighs and lengthen up through the head. Take a breath in. And then as you breathe out, drop the hands to the floor, find a forward fold, walk your feet closer together, and then push into the feet, lift the chest, halfway lift. On the out breath, make your way slowly forwards into a downward facing dog, reaching hands forwards and lifting hips back. On the next in-breath, slowly, heels rise off the earth, drop the knees down to the earth. We change sides, reach your right toes back, push into the ball of the foot as you drive your right heel back a lot, so feeling into your calf. And then you find your supported side plank. So stretching your right fingers long. Take a breath first into the right rib cage. On the out breath, we rise into that gate pose variation, bending into the right knee, right fingers meet the mat, and your left arm continues to reach for the back of your space. So beautiful opening across the lateral line of your body, your arm, and your hip. Exhale, land your left fingers to the mat, straighten the right leg, reach through the top arm. Take a breath here. And then we rise once again back into that same position, reaching for the back of our space. One breath in. On the out breath, softly land your left hand to the ground. Both hands meet the floor. Your left toes are tucked now and your left toes are facing forwards as we lift the back leg, bend into the leg. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze the knee into the chest. We take the leg back. And then we round in. Inhale, stretch your toes behind you. Breathe in. Exhale to round. And inhale. I've lost count. Don't know how many we've done. Exhale. Squeeze it into the chest. Land the foot in between the hands. Low lunge. Anjayasana. Reach the arms tall. And then you grab onto the left wrist with the right hand, lean over to the right. All right. Gather in the core slightly here as we open up the hips, hip flexor, and side body. Okay, nice and slowly release, dropping hands to ground. Pyramid pose, bow over the right shin. It's more like a long pyramid pose where all of our toes are facing forwards. So to make that more accessible, lift your left heel off the floor. Take a breath. And then rebend into the right leg. Your left knee stays lifted. Lift your heart right through in between the shoulders. Exhale, lift the hips back into space, pyramid pose. Inhale, rebend into the right leg, lift your chest. Take a wide-legged fold to the side of your space, left side, wide-legged fold. We reach for our left ankle now, back of our space, guiding heart space to thigh, pressing into the edges of the feet. And then on your next in-breath, travel all the way back to the front of your space. Meet your right foot. Drop the left knee to the ground and glide your right toes all the way back behind you. Wrists beneath shoulders. Tuck your right knee behind your left knee. Sit your hips back in space in your cow variation. So keeping either both knees bent or straightening the bottom leg. And then finding your fold. So just walk your hips back so you're finding that anterior tilt of the pelvis, tilted forwards, and then we lean forwards and find some space. Relax into your breath and soften into your energy as a whole. Just allow it to be a nourishing time where you give yourself permission to actually slow down, which many of us really never do. A lot of the time it's really the simple things that we need the most. The coming back to your body and just simply being in your body and allowing your senses to open up so that you can become more receptive to what you need moment to moment. Nice and slowly, let's peel ourselves back upwards and then uncross the legs. You can shift your bum forwards to the front of your space. You can keep your knees bent, gluing the feet to the earth, reach the fingers forwards and roll the spine down to the floor. Relax the shoulders and the head to the earth and then cross your right leg over your left thigh, finding a figure four stretch, weaving your hands in between this left leg. Hug the leg package closer into the heart and then gently pull the right knee away from you. Soften into the shoulders and breathe. Gently release. Left hand meets the right knee. Take the knees over to the left side in a supine twist. Grounding the right shoulder. Soften around the heart space. Nice and slow. Let's bring the legs back in. Uncross the legs. Left foot meets the right thigh. Find your outer hip stretch here, pulling the right thigh closer into the chest space. Notice if there's any muscular tension occurring anywhere in the body. Let's see if you can breathe some softness and some breath into those parts. Releasing the interlace of the hands. Take your knees over to the right side in your twist, melting your left shoulder down. Relax. Relax the breath. And just let the thoughts soften. On your next in-breath, guide the legs back into center. Uncross both legs and stretch both legs out in front of you. We come into Shavasana. We'll be here for about 3 minutes. You deserve this time. It is valuable. Hands face the sky. Allow the feet to flop out to either side. Eyes stay closed. Relax into the shoulders, the head, the muscles across the face, the neck. Feel the spine really melt into the ground. And feel the hips get a bit heavier. And then with each out breath, can you allow the exhale to drop you a little bit deeper? Deeper into the floor on a physical level. And energetically drawing closer towards yourself. And start to deepen your breathing. Gently bring the awareness back, feeling the earth hold you, absorbing that grounded energy and allowing that to permeate through and around your whole being. And when you're ready to, you can start to wiggle your toes, fingers, slowly finding some gentle stretches. Guiding the knees into the chest, you can give yourself a bit of a squeeze and then rock over to one side, coming into a fetal position. You can gather in all your energy here. And then when you feel called to, making your way up into a seated position, Sukhasana. Cross-legged seat, one foot in front of the other. Sitting up nice and tall. You can bring the hands together at the heart space, and we'll seal in the practice with a simple breath in through the nose. Holding it in for one moment, and then open the mouth and release. Namaste. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope that you enjoyed this practice. Let me know how you went in the comments below. Please give me any feedback or let me know how the challenge is going for you. If this is the first time that you're just randomly popping in and joining in on this challenge, then welcome. Remember to subscribe and give me a big thumbs up if you did enjoy this practice. And as I mentioned earlier, if you are interested in deepening your practice with me, I have all of the details on my website. I have a longer practices on there along with breathwork and meditation. So lots more coming. I will see you tomorrow. Be there tomorrow for day 6. Have a fun, juicy practice for you. All right, see you soon.